And we are back on the dance floor, everyone. The Unleashed podcast. I'm excited for today. It's a big episode. It's good, Braden, to have 3 models on the couch, finally. I feel in elite company, as per usual in my own environment. But 2 of my friends, Antoni Topic and Ciarran Stott. Boys, it's a pleasure to have you on.
Thanks for having us, bro.
You guys are just like pop stars in your own right, in your own field. So I feel very honoured.
Maybe me, not him.
Topic, you copy me with everything, bro.
Yeah.
I've been asking to get me a blue tick for like 2 years now.
Oh, sure. Well, how do you get that?
I got 2 of them.
You got 2, yeah, but what? How is he going to get you that? You got a right-hand man, someone internal.
Yeah, I was supposed to have a couple hooks. It just hasn't gone through yet.
Oh, well.
I think the email went to spam, so I'm not too sure.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Now, we actually met, I don't know how long ago, was it 2 months ago?
Yeah, it would have been a couple months
Played
ago.
in an exhibition soccer game, which, fuck, you guys actually were quite good. You guys
Bro,
knew.
I didn't kick the ball in probably about 8-9 years since I broke my leg.
Yeah.
I was having the time of my life.
Yeah, it was so fun, though,
It
eh?
was fun as, man.
Yeah,
I miss the sport.
We spoke about the week after, I think I had Fahid on, who was on our team, and we were just talking about how competitive he is and like how he started like having like me and him had like a fight in the game because I didn't pass him the ball.
I remember saying that.
And then
was that a Zidane looking fella?
Yeah, the guy in the middle, the angry guy.
Bro,
and then he was like,
it's a charity match, bro. Relax, bro.
He didn't come off once.
seriously,
He didn't want to come off. I'm like, Fahid, man,
I
let
bet to win. We all do, but it's a charity match.
Yeah,
It was kind of good having him on the team because he was doing all the running.
Yeah. That was
I
good.
was not fit for that. I think I
It
went
was
to
good,
bed
bro.
at 5 a.m. that
But
morning.
I was sore for like a week and a bit
I was
after it.
fucked after it as
I
well,
haven't
man.
ran that much in so long.
Yeah, it's a big field too.
Huge,
Fuck, that was a
yeah.
big pitch.
Yeah, that's at Hume City. They've always had a big pitch.
Yeah, I think it's their advantage. But so I didn't know you had a football background. Like you actually
I
wanted to be a footballer.
Yeah, I wanted to take it pretty seriously when I was a kid and kind of retired at like 19. So I didn't go all the way. We're retirees from the sport,
Definitely.
you know?
Too many injuries.
Bro, this is like a broken record on this podcast. Just failed footballers, eh? Fucking, that's literally my story for like the first 10 episodes. Here we go. Now it's good someone else has it. We should have that in common.
Yeah. And it's kind of good because you see a lot of soccer players like switch into boxing and stuff now because footwork does matter in boxing and you know, Stoddy's obviously switched over. I'm waiting for you to switch over as well, JG.
Fuck, mate. I was telling Stoddy before. I was keen on boxing the pads and the bags, mate. That's good fun until you get smacked in the face by someone else and you're like, fuck this, bro.
This is a hard sport. It's the number 1 hardest sport in the world, bro.
I think by far, which we're going to go into today. But did you play football back in the UK, or you've been here for a while?
I played here when I moved to Perth.
I didn't realize
used to
he's
play
been
with,
here for like fucking almost 20 years.
He just hasn't lost the accent.
Played with Adam Taggart and that.
Did you?
Yeah.
I played with Tags was my teammate.
I played like just indoor and that with him.
Oh, so did you grow up in Perth?
Yeah, I grew up in Perth. Yeah.
Fucking hell, man. I can't believe how
June
thick
look massive, bro.
I reckon he's got an Aussie accent. He's just holding it off for us. You know?
Yeah, probably.
camera,
Man,
bloody
it's
oath,
so
mate.
thick.
Here we go. Unlive podcast. Let's bloody go.
Oh, wow. Wow, that is fucking
That's me
good.
doing an impression of you.
That is good.
That's how you lot sound to me.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Now, how did you boys meet? Through boxing, through the gym, or?
He slid in my DMs, didn't it? And then
Did I?
Yeah, asked me to come do a bit of boxing and that.
Oh, yeah, I did too. Yeah.
Oh, so right. So
Yeah.
what are you? You like this celeb promoter?
Celeb matchmaker,
You're
bro.
like the Jake Paul of Australia.
if you got a blue tick, I'll slide straight into those
No
DMs,
way.
man.
Mate, I said hello to him at Michael Zarafa's fight in like the VIP section we were in, and like said hello within 5 seconds. He's like, what are you doing in September? I'm like, he's got a card, man, celebrity card. Like, you want to fight? I'm like, fucking hell, man. Almost walked away, putting myself in the ring. I'm like, just came over to say hello.
I'm straight over there, straight onto it.
Yeah,
you
he's
know?
like had the ink was almost dry before I'd even left. I'm like, fucking scary, bro.
You got to be persistent with it, bro.
That's crazy. So how did you like channel into this space? How into this industry really if you're a footballer?
You know, I wanted to have a couple fights after I quit playing soccer and I pretty much started these celebrity events and jumped on the main card for our first celebrity show in 2018 and then it's just gone uphill from there.
Fuck me. So by the way, we haven't even introduced your dog.
Yeah. This is my dog, Lacey Lou Freebush.
Braden, this is a first in the van, eh? Look who's yeah,
Hey!
literally. There we go. Lacey,
There
yes,
you
that's
go.
right. Now
Well,
that's pretty cool. So did you initially fight? Do you still fight? Because you do mainly training and promoting now.
You know,
right?
I still might have a fight, later in a year or next year or something like that. There's a couple opportunities happening overseas at the moment that we're currently in talks with. But I do need a bit of a following before I jump on it. So
yeah, that's why you're benched with him then. Yeah.
That's why we're on here.
Yeah.
You get a bit more followers.
Let's be honest, the views are coming from
Hopefully you can
Stotty
get us a
this episode. We're all just the collateral.
yeah, that's it. It's all
Which
about
is
him.
fine. Well,
Ask him a question.
I'll take the sympathy follows, guys.
I'll take them too. I'm losing them.
But no, let's talk about boxing because I absolutely love boxing. Like
Yeah.
it's been a sport I've watched for so long, and then I actually went in the ring a few years ago, and like as I started training to it, I just loved. It was the first time I actually felt like had like a purpose outside of football because it was like, you know,
Same here.
you can't cheat. Do you know what I mean?
No.
Like you can't. But for you guys, where did you get the love for boxing? Like what was the drug that you guys got that's made you sort of so interested in obviously working now?
Mine would have been obviously I got asked to do the first like celebrity fight, and I was like, yeah, go on, I'll give it a crack. And my great 5 times removed uncle was John L. Sullivan, which is the first heavyweight boxing champion of the world.
What the
My family tree on the Irish side goes
got
to
him
him, bro.
tattooed
Got
on
it
his leg
tattooed on my
there.
leg.
What the fuck?
Bro, never boxed in my life.
Did you know that growing up as a kid?
Yeah, I knew it,
Oh,
but
right.
I didn't
care.
realize how big he was, you know,
Yeah.
as such. We walked into the gym and like speaking to Jake and Top, and he's like, "Oh, you had any boxing experience?" I went, "Nah." He went, "Any family?" I went, "Oh yeah, but from like ages ago, and you probably won't have heard of him." And Jake goes, "Yeah, like who?" I went, "Oh, like it's boxer John L. Sullivan," and he went, he's like, "You're taking the piss," and I went,
No fucking
"What?"
way.
And he went, "Bro," and telling me history about him. I went, "Okay," and he went, "Are you sure?" And I went, "Yeah, I've got him tattooed on my leg." And he was like, "So you're not messing about?" I went, "No, man."
I
And he-
just heard pedigree at that point. I'm like, get him straight
Yeah,
in
and
there.
then you saw his jab. You're like, "That's not." There's no.
bro,
God.
I remember being in the ring and they were like, "Yeah, boxing's all about transferring your weight." And I was like, "Yeah, right." And he
Just
went,
wiggled his
"So you
ass.
got to like transfer the weight from the front to the back leg." And I went, like this, bro. Literally, everyone went like this, bro. They went,
Oh, God.
"Yeah, don't do that again." And I was like,
We've got some work to
"Ah,
do."
maybe not."
Bro, it's a fucking hard sport. It's
It
an
is a hard
intimidating
sport.
sport. If you haven't done it before and you step into the ring around people that are doing it, people like that's what must be hard, or the atmosphere you have to set in the gym for like beginners to when they come. Like, and fucking Devin Haney's been here, for example.
Yeah.
It's like fuck me. It's the only sport where you can train next to a world champion in
Yeah,
the same
literally,
environment. Like, I
literally.
don't think you can do it anywhere else.
No, you can't do it with soccer. You can't do it with, any
Don't
other
go for a
sport,
kickabout
really.
with Beckham, do you?
Yeah,
You know what I
Like,
mean?
you know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
fucked, isn't it?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's one of
Man.
the things that they speak about, like through the gyms in Vegas and Brooklyn. Like, you get normal people training, like kids off the street training with world champions, like in the same place.
Yeah.
It's fucking pretty special.
It's such an awesome experience to have, like you can, in a boxing gym, you'll get people from all sides of the world, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And different parts of, what they do in life and all that sort of stuff. And that's what I love about a boxing gym,
Yeah. Can you explain the Ellis Boxing Gym to us? This is where we're parked outside of Ellis Boxing Gym. It's very well known. They do incredible events around Melbourne and showcase obviously celebrity fights and obviously more sort of up and coming fighters on their cards.
Yeah.
Can you give us a bit of background on this space?
Yeah, so we opened up about 6 years ago, and my best mate, Jake Ellis, his dad was 5-time world champion.
Lester Ellis.
Lester Ellis, yeah.
Machine, bro.
He's an absolute machine. There's not going to be another fighter like him ever again.
Yeah.
And when he was in his prime, he was supposed to fight Julio Cesar Chavez. So they didn't end up making the fight happen because there was some promotional,
And the Mayweather ducked
mishaps.
him.
And, yeah, Roger Mayweather ducked him as well.
Roger was the trainer, right?
Yeah,
He
and
passed away.
He recently passed away.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yep,
uncle.
yep.
Yeah.
That's fine. Oh, yeah, the uncle, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah,
Correct.
yeah. He was supposed to fight him as well, and he dodged him. So, yeah, it was a big talent back in those days, man. And we're just, teaching the next gen what he taught us, really.
So his sons are operating this as well as you
Yes.
guys. So it's
Yep.
like, how many people are in here? There's
Oh,
like fucking 8 of you when I walked in.
Yeah, there's literally 15 of us.
We've got
He's
a
like,
big
he's like,
team happening.
JK, go help yourself to a drink. Just in a meeting. I'm like, what's going on here? Fucking 5 degrees in there.
Yeah.
Bells are going
we're
off, lights are on. I'm like, what the fuck is this place, bro?
Crank on every heater in there.
And then he comes out and a dog's biting my ankles. I'm like, bro, this place is weird.
She will bite. She looks nice, but she's a little terrier. So
Oh, it's just cute,
she'll
man.
get a little feisty.
It's cute. Do you get have you found with boxing, like your experiences, it's changed people's lives? Like people either from rough backgrounds or people that don't have anything. it
Bro,
kind of
when
gives
I
them.
moved to Melbourne, I was full party mode.
Yeah.
I was out like 4 days a week, not sleeping for 4 days a week.
Fucking hell.
No money, no nothing. Then they asked me to do it and I went, yeah, go on, I'll give it a crack. And then it just, I don't know, just got in here, I was like, I'm crap at this. I need to, turn my head in, start having a go. Took training seriously, did it all, bro, and they gave me a job at the gym. It just turned my life. Like,
really?
Bro, full 180, bro.
That's crazy. Because now you're getting up at what? You're saying you're opening the gym and stuff at times. What time?
Oh, 5 a.m., bro, at the gym.
5 a.m. So you can't have nights out now,
bed
bro.
at 8 a.m., bro, up at 5.
That's when you were going to bed a few years ago.
Yeah, 2 days after.
Fucking hell, man. So that's pretty
good,
crazy,
bro. It gives you that bit of discipline as well. Because I was in the army, I had the discipline there. But then... Yeah, boxing, bro, it's the same. You need the discipline.
Not many people know that about him. He's a hard worker, man. Like, he gets up early, he works hard, does everything 110%, and people just don't know that about Stotty. You know what I'm saying? So they watch a TV show and they have a certain perception about someone, but you don't really know that person at all.
Well, it's like even when I started working here, then I had to do like the women's classes. And obviously been on TV, and I was just labelled this narcissist, blah blah, whatever.
Where was that? What was that like with them?
And the women, and then they were thinking,
prick.
"We've seen you on TV. You're a dickhead." You know what I mean?
Oh my god!
And then, bro, now they're like, "Yeah." Before we first like trained with, we thought, "Oh, I'm not training with him." But they went, "But you." Totally different to what comes across on telly, and I went, no, everyone is. I went, so many, when it happens to so many people, I just don't let it bother me anymore.
Yeah, yeah, that's actually a true point because I actually didn't know it until obviously we do our research here on this show.
Yeah,
but
extensive.
Extensive, extensive, man. I found a lot about this guy. I went through some dark tunnels to find stuff on our mate over here. The curveball is the dog. That's what I didn't expect. But no, that's true because you kind of got branded like a bit of like this. I don't know how they positioned it. It gave it. I'm not sure if it's the word narcissistic or it was like selfish or something. They tagged you on this YouTube clip, and I was like, "Fuck, that's pretty stiff, man." Like, because I was like, I wanted to ask you, like, how scripted are some of those shows that you've been on in the past? Like, I feel like they had to label someone something to get views.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? As well?
They don't really script anything, but like obviously you get filled with grog and you do all that stuff, and then they'll go.
It started pretty early, didn't it?
Oh, bro, 11 a.m. bar was open. I had breakfast, first one to the bar. I made a double rum and coke, thanks. Yeah.
Oh, so you would drink from 11 and then what? You'd shoot all day?
We'd shoot, bro, non-stop. The cameras were always on.
So you were pissed the whole
I was, bro, smashed. And then you do like the little one-on-one interviews. I'd just be sat there, some side that hot in this room, but I'd just fall asleep and they go,
hell.
You got to go out. You're not allowed to drink anymore. And then I go to one of the girls who didn't drink. I was like, hey, Cass, I went, you don't drink, yeah? And she went, no. I went, you want to go to the bar and get me some drinks? She's like, yeah, no problem. And
Oh my God.
It's bad, bro.
That is unbelievable. Yeah. Now, can we just talk before we go, because I want to go into that quite deeply actually, but one of my favourite fighters in the world, which we were talking about before, is Devin Haney, who's fighting George Kambosos, which by the time this comes out, we'll know who won.
Yeah.
But obviously prior to this fight, he's been utilising the Ellis Gym, which you missed.
I missed
you in
all
Bali,
of it, bro.
Fucking burn you in.
Man.
So how did that happen?
I was meant to give him a touch-up as well.
Yeah, do you know him, my great
He was fighting him on day 3, but Devin Haney pulled out.
we'll run with that. So I went to Bali.
yeah, I have to go to Bali instead.
So we work with a lot of international promoters and gyms around the world and stuff like that. And the opportunity came across on my desk, and I heard about it and took it on straight away, man.
Fuck, man.
Definitely want him in the gym for a couple of weeks.
Bro, yeah. Has anyone been like giving you shit? Because like everyone, like it's Australia versus Devin Haney? Or has everyone been kind of like
initially,
it's mad?
You know, we do know George Kambosos as well. Like we're obviously good friends with everyone here in Australia. But I did put it past him and said, look, if you've got a problem with it, I just won't have him in the gym. And he goes, mate, no, it's all good. Like I want him to make it to the fight and get him in there and do whatever you can to get him in there because got a feeling he's going to pull out. I'm like, all right, no worries, I'll take it.
No way. What? So how was he? Like, what was he like? What was his what was unique about him in a sense from your eyes?
Just his natural athleticism. You know, like very silky, very hard worker. He doesn't drink. Obviously at that level you can't do none of that sort of stuff. But yeah, just how they operate. You know, you can tell Yoel Judah, who's Zab Judah's dad.
Is he his trainer? What is he?
Yeah, he is his trainer while he's in Australia because Bill Haney couldn't make it down.
Yeah. Why was that? Is there something wrong with it? Did something happen?
Yeah, I think...
Because I saw Kambosos like fucking go on to town on him in the press conference. But
well, in Australia, we're super tight at the customs. So if you've got a history with anything...
so he's got a criminal background or something
Yeah,
like that.
I think there's something like that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he just couldn't make it down because we are very
Fuck,
You know?
that's a big thing because he's in every fight. Like he's in every corner. His presence is felt in all of Devin Haney's
100%.
fucking fights, man.
Your corner's probably the most, as you know now, like it's the most important thing in the fight, you know, because they are your eyes and ears and they can see things that you can't. So he's kind of put all his, you know, I guess efforts into Yol Judah now, and Yol Judah's got to do the same back to him. But I don't know how much training they've had prior to this. Did
he look sharp and shit here? Like
yeah. Oh my god. So
because he would have been pretty cruisy when he came. I assume.
Yeah, he would have done his
back.
big 12-round spars before he got here. And he's done a few rounds with, you know, our fighters like Tommy Fitzgerald, who's one of the trainers at the gym, Matt Abdullahs, and one of the Bella boys as well, Ibi Bella.
Okay.
So he's done some really good rounds with some of our top level fighters, Kane Clark as well from South Boxing.
Yeah.
Which are some of our best Australian fighters. And yeah, he was looking good.
Fuck, that's amazing. Yeah. Well, we're going to have, because this is going to come out next week, so after the fight, we're going to have a bit of an oracle moment here. We're going to have a prediction.
Yeah.
Ooh. So let's go around the circle. Let's go around the
Can I fence it on this one? Because I like them both.
Yeah, well, you're in a tough position. I understand.
Sorry, but it's coming out after the fight.
Yeah. That's all
I'll
right.
say what I want.
We'll call it the three models. We'll call it the triangles.
Yeah.
But nah, seriously, let's go with you, Stoddy. Who do you think Devin Haney, Cambosis, how? When does it finish? Does it go to decision?
Like, I've watched some of Haney's fights, like obviously against Linares and stuff like that, where, you know, he did get rocked. He didn't look too great against him. And then Cambosis, I backed him against Lopez, but no one.
Did you really?
Yeah, but I won so much money on him.
Did you? Fuck.
I can't remember, but I cashed out on that one.
Did you you had it just him winning, or did you had to go into a decision?
No, I just had him winning.
Okay.
Yeah, and just put a bit of coin on.
That's big because, you know, for people who didn't, Lopez never lost before that, I don't think.
Nah.
He hadn't lost, had he?
Nah.
Yeah, so it was his first.
And
bold
everyone
bet.
just thought he was going to get bowled, bro. And I might have chucked a bit on, like, Cambosis has gone in 60 seconds, but, you know. that didn't happen. That was just a bit of fun, you know what I mean?
Bets, security bet.
That's right. A blanket bet.
Yeah, you bet on the house.
Yeah, so, look, my heart says Cambosis, my head says Haney, but on this one, bro, it's in Australia. He's got all the belts. He ain't going to want to give him up easy. He's going out on his shield. I'm going to go Cambosis.
Fuck, good call. How does he do it in your
Points?
Points? Yeah, on points. What about you?
Yeah, well, I don't think either of them are like knockout artists. Obviously, Devin Haney's had like 13 knockouts. I can't remember how many George's had, but they're super sharp. They've got very similar attributes and stuff like that. They kind of get behind the left shoulder roll and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's going to be a tactical battle. But, yeah, I'm going to have to go with Georgie here, man.
Wow. I'm going to draw.
You're going to draw?
Yeah. I think because Devin Haney's so scrappy, bro. Like, he wins scrappy fights. Like, sometimes doesn't look amazing. So unless Cambosis fights the fucking fight of a lifetime.
But if he fights like he did against Lopez.
Yeah, that's. But I haven't watched enough Cambosis to know that fight was unbelievable. You know what amazed me about that fight was his fitness. Bro,
Like,
I don't know if he's just a bouncy guy, but like
conditioning is next up, bro. He got dropped in round 10. Then the championship rounds come back, bro, and belted him round 11 and 12.
Because you know why I appreciate, because I did a boxing fight once and I thought I was fit, and then I went into the actual fight and I'd done like 12 rounds of sparring and all that shit, and like 30 seconds in, bro, I was like gassed. I was like, fucking, what the fuck is going on? Like,
Yeah, man.
breathing heavy. And then I watched him and he was like always on his tiptoes, bouncing and moving, and I'm like, bro, this guy must be so fit.
You know, it's funny. Like, when I do these celebrity fights, we make them 3-1s. And then every time you tell these guys it's 3-1s, they're like, oh, let's do 3-2s. Like, I want to do a full fight. I'm like, believe me, you don't
so
understand how
hard,
hard
bro.
that 1 minute round is at the start. You know, and they're gassed by the first round.
Yeah.
Second round, they've got nothing left. You know what I mean? So
Fuck me, man.
there is levels to this stuff. And, you know, back in the day when Lester was fighting, he was doing 15 rounds
Yeah.
at 3 minutes.
Yeah.
You know,
Even
obviously,
Barry Michael did the last 15-round fight that ever was.
Fuck me, man. That's insane.
it's 45 minutes in the ring trying to kill each other.
No wonder there's
each other.
no wonder there's problems with some of these fighters back in the day. They were in there for so long, just getting hit.
And that's obviously why they made it 12, because it's
Yeah.
obviously very unsafe, you know.
Yeah.
that much
Do you think boxing's changing in Australia now? Like with the Cambosis, even Zarafa might have a world title fight. Even just like naturally the celebrity fights, like Paul Gallen, we
Yeah.
spoke of before. Like it's actually getting viewership. Do you think it's taken a turn because it was kind of not really given as much credit as it was like the last sort of 10 years? I feel.
Yeah, definitely. And I think characters like Logan Paul, Jake Paul bringing it to
Yeah.
the scene now, and them doing it properly and being big ambassadors for the sport. They obviously bring, again, like Stoddy, they bring big followings, and that's what this sport needs. You know,
Yeah.
it needs more general population coming to it.
Yeah.
And it's just got massive traction at the moment, man.
Bro, that fucking Marvel's a bit of a hoodoo stadium for Aussie fight. Whitaker, he got done by Adesanya there.
Yeah.
Fucking hope that doesn't happen. It'll be heartbreak, man. Because if Kambosos wins this, who would he be his next
They're
fight?
talking Lomachenko.
Lomachenko.
Yeah, but if Kambosos loses, they got a rematch clause,
Okay.
so he can fight.
But he'll
any-
fight in
Did he
Vegas
have one?
probably.
Yeah.
Saw on the thing he said he's like, fuck the rematch clause, don't need it.
Nah,
don't want
he's-
it.
he's-
Surely he's
he's-
got one in place.
He's got one in place.
He's the best. He's one of the best fighters I've ever seen in like press conferences.
Oh yeah.
Like that's sort of thing that shocked me against Lopez was that I was like, this guy's not scared of him. Like, and I know Kambosos hadn't lost either, but I was like, still, you know, and you can kind of see. Because that's
Yeah.
what I watch. I just watch like, because I'd be like fucking shitting myself. I'd be like, bro, this cunt's going to fucking kill me. But he's there, like, he just wasn't scared. He was like in his backyard. I think his last, like, how many fights have been overseas as well. So he's
Yeah,
like, man,
he's
coming
traveled.
home
Yeah,
is this
he's
the first.
travelled,
Like,
man.
Devin Haney's, this isn't, you're not special. I've been doing
Nah.
this for fucking.
and
my
he,
last
he
10
went to
fights.
Madison Square Garden to fight the last fight against Lopez, and that's Lopez's hometown.
Yeah.
And he was getting booed as soon as he walked in, bro. And
tough
just
motherfucker.
Cheered as a champion when he walked
Yeah.
out.
That's a tough motherfucker, eh?
yeah, dude, you need to be mentally fit for that, dude.
Oh man. Well, let's go on to the photogenic scene. Let's talk
Yeah.
about the modeling aspect. So, obviously, good-looking lads here.
Yeah.
Talk to me about the international modeling industry. I know you've done that. Stoddy, you seem to be like
Well,
a
yeah, he
cover
did it
shoot
for shoes and balaclavas.
and gloves. yeah.
Actually, international hand model.
I've got nice hands.
Sorry, I should have done more research there. It probably was hands like this.
I'll just be doing pen commercials, you know what I mean?
Bro, what the fuck is that industry like, man? I've never spoke to anyone about
It's
it.
interesting. Obviously, coming from like obviously a soccer background and a boxing background, it's very different, you know. And I had to adapt to it pretty quickly. And you know, I did learn a lot from the industry. And I was a kid who grew up in a pretty rough area, so initially when I got into it, you know, my dad bagged me and said, "What are you doing it for?
Yeah.
You know, get a real job and
Yeah.
all this other stuff." And then I started making a living out of it, bro. I was flying overseas and stuff like that, and it was
Fucking
pretty big
hell.
campaigns.
Where were you going?
Mainly to Europe, and then as soon as I got like my tear sheets, which is like your campaign shots, I got a visa and started working in LA.
Jesus
Bro, you got to
Christ.
tell him the story about how you walked shit through Calvin Klein's house.
Oh God.
Whoa. Let's go. You one, you went to Calvin Klein's house, and two, you walked shit in there.
I would rather forget this moment, but they ended up loving me at the end of it. And I shot with Alessandro Ambrosio's photographer after it as well. So it wasn't too bad. But yeah, my mate dropped me off, and where he dropped me off, there was obviously dirt next to the curb, and I've stepped on that dirt. Walked in, thought my shoes were clean, and I was just walking through his whole house with dirty shoes.
What? How did you even get to Calvin Klein's house? Like, how the fuck does that
so
happen?
One of my friends is really good friends with him. And
not
yeah, he
bad
said,
connect.
yeah, let's go for
Bro,
a
he's got one
dinner.
of his best mates in LA, Bieber's hairdresser and that.
Yeah.
He's got all the
What are you
connects,
doing
bro.
here, bro?
He's got all the
Fucking
connects.
COVID. I can't leave. I
Mine's
can't
been
let you leave
girlfriend
Australia.
Now it makes sense. I thought it was the other way around.
Well, I started off me getting his clout, now he's getting mine. You know?
There we go.
You know?
Fuck, that's pretty surreal, man. So you're
Yeah.
like real deal in that space. Like you
Yeah. So through the industry in fashion, you meet, you know, all sorts of celebrities and stuff like that. So, you know, you go to venues and functions and stuff like that, and yeah, you just see some really big names. You're like, sometimes you need to pinch yourself and be like, oh shit, like Bieber's there, or you know what I mean? I saw James Harden at one of these other venues, and like,
What the fuck?
I'm just mixing in with those guys, and like, I don't deserve to be here.
Do you still do it, or you stop doing it now?
Yeah, I'm picking my jobs, you know. So
Okay.
I work with Bally pretty closely now, Caliber.
It's like
I just
proper
pick
brands.
Yeah, I just pick what I kind of want to do. You know?
Have you guys copped like any shit for that? Because like I feel like there's a natural, I don't know if it's just an Australian thing, but like a stigma, like a male stigma when other males being like vulnerable or feminine with like, you know, doing modeling or catwalking and stuff. When it's fucking like, it is what it is, you know, you're making money. It's not,
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
Have you guys like copped that at all? Has that ever been like a thing that's played on your mind or not really?
Not really, man. Not really. I think, I think the industry kind of welcomes everyone. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's a lovely industry, and at the end of the day, it started me. And without finding these guys and meeting new people in the industry, I wouldn't have met people like Stoddy and all that sort of stuff. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you? Have you done much? I'm sure you've.
Nah, I've done a bit, but not on it. Bro, he's like done runway walks in like Milan and shit.
Bro, pump this up, man.
Bro,
what
he's talking it down,
humble as fuck. He's just
He showed me these videos, and I saw these suits that he was reading on Instagram. I went, they're nice. He went, oh yeah. So, do you want to watch it? I went, watch what? And he went, "What, bro, like Roberto Cavalli, fucking runways in Milan, just looking the nines, bro, just strutting it.
I'm 30 now, Jakey. This is like 5-6 years
yeah,
ago.
but that's
you know?
still but is that
5 years ago, ain't that long ago, bro.
Yeah, that's, seriously, we've been in COVID for like 3, so that's actually last year.
Forgot about that. Yeah.
Fuck me. So who would be like the most famous person you've either modelled with or for?
Well, I worked for Jimmy Choo in like 2017.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Dropping times here, bro. What
And
the fuck?
I got the call the day after I'd done the casting for it, and you know, I got the full call sheet and stuff, and it said CD on like the main person that was in the shot with me. I'm like, CD? Who's CD? Why wouldn't they put their full name there? And it was Cara Delevingne.
Oh my God.
I was
She's
like,
massive,
Oh
eh?
my God, I'm nervous, man.
So you modelled with her?
Yeah, we done a scene together.
She's so hot, bro.
Yeah, she's gorgeous,
Yeah,
man.
she's a bit like loose as well, isn't she? Seems like a bit of a
Yeah,
quirky
she was
unit,
smoking
like-
darts and stuff midway through the shot, and you know, needed a jacket because it was cold. But we were shooting from like 7 a.m. to like 7 p.m. And yeah, she had her own like leg model and stuff. So she only worked one day, and then another lady was doing her leg shots because they were selling the shoes.
It's like a massive industry, man. I've got no idea about that space, but it fascinates me.
It's a fascinating industry, man.
Yeah,
and I love being a part of it. Boxing and fashion, they're my two things.
What a
man.
combo.
Yeah, it's a good combination.
Yeah, it's like because you're feminine, but then it's like I'll fuck you up too if you don't fucking tell me.
Yeah,
off,
that's it. You know, I'd never get
which
anyone
one
getting
is it,
rude to
brother?
me in the fashion
Yeah.
world. You know,
That's mad, bro. Now it's for me one of the things I love about you, Stott, is that you're pretty like evidently you are who you are, so you don't really come with any bullshit. And obviously the TV shows where like most, including myself, got to know you.
Yeah.
What was so you've been here actually, let's go. You're initially from Manchester, aren't you?
Yep.
Which from the accent is remarkable how it's still here. Because I was like, oh, when did you move here? Like, assuming it was recently.
I was like, nah, 17 years ago. My dad
17
sounds
years.
like Peter Kay. Like, I was never losing it.
Peter Kay's the greatest comedian of all time.
Bro,
Garlic bread.
Garlic bread. From the future, Jerry. I've tasted it.
Bro, one of my like bucket lists is to see him live. Because he just did a show again. He's like the equivalent of Carl Barron in the UK.
Yeah.
Like,
Bro,
just
he's
summed
great.
up
Sounds
UK
familiar.
humour.
Yeah.
And like, he's a fucking genius.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
an absolute genius.
He's sick, isn't he? Like Phoenix Nights.
Because he's from Bolton.
Yeah, that's what. Bolton's where I'm born. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Bolton, Albert Halls and shit.
That's
he loves,
it.
he loves JJ Okocha.
JJ Okocha, my favourite player in the world.
Yeah, God. Yeah,
He's
Sam
gotta be.
Allardyce days.
Yeah.
Now, this is one of the interesting things, we touched on it, is the military aspect to your background.
Yeah.
So what made you want to go into that
So-
space? How old were you?
I went to school over here and it just felt like a holiday. So I got the worst grades ever and I was just partying, doing what I wanted to, like learning how to surf and stuff, living in Perth. Thought this is great. Played football. Dropped out of school. My dad went, well, what are you good at? And I went, well, I'm good at PE and I'm I'm good at woodwork. He went, all right, you can be a chippy. I went, no problem. So signed up to be a chippy, did my apprenticeship. After my apprenticeship, I got signed on the day, like, here's your certs, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Went straight from there, from work, straight to the DFR. Went into Defence Force recruiting, went, I want to join up. So I always wanted to do it. And my dad went, well, you got to get a trade behind you first before you do it.
So you had to tick that box before you could go.
And then went, signed up, and what do you want to do? Went, I just want to be a rifleman. And they went, you got all these other jobs you can pick from. I went, no, I want to be a rifleman. That's what I want to do.
Wait, to explain what a rifleman does. Like,
Right, well, if you get deployed, you're like the frontline soldier. You're in the firefight, you know what I mean?
Jesus.
But I never got deployed because I broke my leg and then got kicked out of the army. So
how long, but you were a rifleman, so you did the training.
So
and
did
got
the
like,
training, did it all. Got posted up in Darwin. Lived in Darwin for, 7 years or something.
So you're fucking like proper, man.
So
I assume, but I don't know if you're one of the lucky ones, but to not get deployed, I would assume that's
mean,
lucky, but you probably would have wanted to.
imagine being a football player and then just sitting on the bench.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. For you'd probably want to be on the front.
Oh, bro,
line.
the only reason that you join to be, like, if you want to be a rifleman, is because you want to go and do it. You know, you want to do your job. So joined, did all the training, passed everything, and then when I broke my leg, got dream shattered. Like, that was it, game over. Like, I even wanted to try for SAS or commandos and just give it a shot. If I didn't get in, I didn't get in. But always wanted to just, if I want to be a rifleman, I want to be the best rifleman that you can be. I want to be, SAS. I want to be that kind of stuff. And then, yeah,
that's-
dreams were shattered, bro. I played a game of football against some engineers and they shattered my leg and that was it. Game over.
And they got rid of you. No love.
I couldn't do my job anymore. Oh, they went, oh, well, you can stay in the army and be a desk jockey. And I went, not a chance. I ain't sitting on a computer. So then left the army, started dancing in a gay bar, then worked in a cocktail bar.
What, dancing in a gay bar? What were you doing there? Like just to being like a dancer?
Bro,
I found a video.
go dancing, bro. Like dancing, choreographed with like drag queens and everything, bro.
You can't dance, bro. He's got 2 left feet.
Hey, if I was getting paid a mint, it wasn't ours.
Really?
Yeah.
What, did someone recruit you or you were just like...
Nah,
I'm
just because I did like topless weight in another bar, and then they're like,
Right.
"Oh, do you want to come do this?" I went, "Yeah, I'll give it a crack."
Fucking hell,
Went, bro, the best thing ever. I admit I can't dance. I'm white. I ain't got no rhythm. I dance to the lyrics and not the beat. I'm one of them people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But bro, it was so much fun. Like, I did it for like nearly 2 years or something,
What a
and then just worked in a
contrast, bro.
cocktail bar. And then my mate went, "Hey, bro, there's this thing on Facebook. You should apply for it." I went, "What is it?" And he went, "The Bachelor." I went, "Bro, no one from Darwin gets on these TV shows.
Yeah,
like,
valid
no
point.
one."
I don't know if I've ever seen anyone
Yeah.
from non-territorial.
And he's like, "Yeah, but," and then, bro, just got drunk, got stoned, and I went, "Yeah, I'm going to apply." Bro, did this video, just taking the piss, not thinking. Phone call day after.
Loved it.
"Oh, we're going to fly down to Melbourne, come do this interview." I went, "All right then." And then that was it, bro. From there, then ended up getting on the show.
oh my God. Well, let's just... Fuck, that's crazy, bro. What the fuck? What about from breaking a leg to go dancing in a gay bar? It's like front line to that. Bro, I can't keep up with this guy.
Oh, you stink, bro.
Yeah, there we go. That's
Well,
all
get
right.
her out of the car.
Oh god.
What about how can you explain to me how hard the training was? Like, is it hard to be?
Yeah, it was hard.
Like,
Mentally
what's tough about
challenging.
it?
Bro, the worst thing for me, because I'm always like skinny, I'm a small lad, was the pack marching.
Right.
So you go on like stomps where you've just got like 30, 40 kilos worth of weight in a pack and like your body armor, your rifle, and you're walking for like 15 kilometers. You know what I mean? You just got to walk. It's just like,
Fuck, man. Just you and your mind.
bro, yeah, but you're with everyone else and you're looking at your mates. And one of my mates, bro, used to sweat that bad, and he was a big lad, and he'd be hating it just because how like sweaty you'd be. And I'd be like, at least I ain't that bad, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you
yeah.
get a bit of morale off each other.
Right.
And from like the first kilometre in, people are, "Oh, fucking hate this, blah, blah, blah." Oh, it was funny.
Because you hear all these stories of like the military in America, how hard it is to be like a SEAL and stuff like that. Is it anything like that here to be like?
Oh, I mean, it
Is
would
it
be
that
for your SAS or your commandos. Like
Yeah.
it'll be, but for Rifleman, it was hard, but it wasn't like I didn't think, "Oh, I can't do this, I'm gonna quit."
Right,
And you do
okay.
like one of them, the exercises you do is like food and sleep deprivation for like a week. So you get like minimal sleep and minimal food, and then as you like digging, you got to dig these pits, which are like for overhead protection from bloody artillery and whatnot.
Jeez.
So as you dig in the pits and you're like hallucinating, and the like your staff are like taking the piss out of you, you know what I mean? So they got us all and they went, "Oh, you can come get some food." Give us them little like white polystyrene cups, and said they were giving us soup and just put stones in it. And we all like confused, went, "What was supposed?" And they went, "Eat it," and everyone went, "Stones, like we've not eaten for 2 days." And then, but they obviously rewarded us. They were just taking the piss, seeing
Oh
how
my
we react.
God, the mental fucking
Yeah,
games,
it's
right? Yeah, I thought it would have been a test. Like maybe it's a cake or
Bro, and
something.
then if you like
lose my teeth.
yeah, if you'd be, I can't remember, you put like your sentries out, and when you go there, you're just lying down with your like gun, and you just go in, "I've got to stay awake here." And then some people, bro, like they'd get the bayonets, put it down, and have the bayonet rest on the chin just to keep them awake. If you fell asleep, bro, and they'd come over, take your weapon, and then everyone's in trouble. You know what I
Oh
mean?
my God. So the punishment was like group
Oh,
punishment
bro,
if someone fucked
always
up.
group punishment, bro. It wasn't never single, always group.
Jesus, man. That's why
Yeah.
he's got the discipline then that you talked about, that
Yeah.
background. So that's pretty crazy because did they really promote that when you were on the Bachelorette the first time?
Nah, not really.
Because I'm pretty sure it was just like in your bio, like your age, name, and ex-military.
Yeah, I think it was something like that.
And then
I can't
nothing.
remember.
And then they just made you out to be this like crazy sort of exotic
A
Englishman.
guy who
Yeah.
was going to go fight for the country and save,
Yeah, they don't mention that.
lives.
Nah.
They
But
don't
the
mention
best
it.
is the best about the show for me was like your introduction when you come in like this red velvet suit,
Bro.
and you're not even near the girl. You're like, you look fucking dynamite, and she's there like, who the fuck is this cunt? She's like, where's that come from? She can't even see him yet.
Bro, so because I don't watch reality TV
Right.
at all, and I remember once everyone was sat there like in the suits, like before you get driven in the limo to go there, whatever. And everyone's just got a present and got this and that. And I was just like, what are you all doing with them? And they went, oh, I brought this because of this. And I've got like my mate Tim got a sunflowers as my favourite flower. Other dudes are going, I'm pulling up on a motorbike, I'm doing this. And what are you doing? I went, nothing. I didn't know I was meant to do something. And everyone's like, you're going home straight away. And I was like, oh, you're kidding. I was like, so I didn't have a present.
So you were like rattled by that. I didn't know.
Bro,
I didn't realize people had to do that. I thought you just walk on normal.
Yeah, no,
just be
that's what I
yourself.
thought. I thought you just walked in. I didn't realise everyone had to have something. I'm thinking, oh, I'm definitely going. I'm the only person here who's not brought anything. But they didn't. I know they didn't show it, but because I didn't get anything, and then once we got in there, I had a few drinks, and I got pissed that quick, bro. Before people were even coming in, they were like, "Yep." Guy in the red suit cut off from the bar, like not just.
Oh really?
Bro,
You fucking got a rep in there.
You were that guy.
can't handle my drink, bro.
Oh really?
I'm shocking with drinks. I have like 3-4 drinks and I'm smashed.
Oh no way.
Anyway, I was like, I need to do something memorable here because
Yeah.
you know everyone else had brought her something, so I just grabbed this thing off the mantelpiece. It was like this plane, and I just walked over to her, went, put it in a box. I was like, give her it as a present, and just had a bit of a chat with her. And she went, "Where do you get that from?" Went, I know I said I'm a chippy. I know it's made out of wood, but I just grabbed it off the mantelpiece, and she just found it funny as, so must have kept me in. Or something.
How was that whole experience for you? Was it because obviously you caught a lot of attention from that?
Yeah, the first one was mad. It was crazy, but then when that come out, I just my world, turned upside down, bro. I was getting flown like business class here, like getting all like the best spots, VIP, this, like going on these boat parties. And I went, bro, this is sick. Living like a rock star, like loving life. But I just thought I was on top of the world and just thought, any women, any
just
this.
Riding the fucking wave,
bro, just not there.
I'd be the exact fucking same.
Just delirious in my head.
Yeah. So how far did you get in the first show, Bachelorette?
Oh, I think it was like 10th or 10th, 7th. I don't know. I can't remember.
Because you made it. I don't know if it's your accent or just maybe how you dressed or how you looked or whatever.
I had
it was.
some
Your
naughty
charisma.
kits on that first show.
Bro, yeah, like proper, like she goes to him when he walks in, just like, you look like a character out of Austin Powers.
Yeah.
He was just like there, red suit, this blonde hair, tats, and he's fucking like, you look fucking dynamite. And
he was so different to the rest. You know what I mean?
which is so good.
Yeah, that you need to be that way on these TV
Yeah,
shows.
it was fun.
So then let's talk the Bachelor in Paradise, because this is where I don't know if you got a bad rep from this, but like they made you out to be
the worst rep ever. I went from the highest highs, like being like literally Australia's sweetheart,
to
Australia's biggest piece of shit that ever existed.
like hates women or something like that.
Bro,
kind of
hates
vibe.
all this stuff, and I was just going, what I've actually done here? And then I started watching a bit of the show, and it come out, and I just went, oh, fucked up.
Could you watch it back?
No, bro, I didn't watch it.
But see, the thing with me, why I sympathise with you, because I was like, fuck, if I was in some of those situations, how you reacted. One of the ones where like, it was like a mate or someone you knew went with your ex, and you were like, people were like, yeah, but it's your ex, she can do what she wants. I'm like, yeah, that's fine, but like, fucking just tell me. You're going to go with like one. I still would think that way in the real world. I'm like, I don't see what's wrong with that. And then in there, they're like, this guy's fucking crazy. He's a psycho.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
When you're in there, it's like every contestant forgets about real life.
Yeah.
True or false?
Yeah, they go in a bubble.
You
It's
go
just
into a
different,
bubble,
right?
right? You know, like you're not acting like you would in real life at all.
You know what was funny, bro? There was this one moment. I don't know who it was. I think it must have been like a psych or something, but she was just gunning at you. Or like some old lady, you're just sitting there just copping it. And I'm thinking, this is the worst fucking thing ever.
Yeah, bro, that was awful.
Who was that lady?
So that was now when we had the what was he? Not some mind reader, but it was like some human lie detector or something.
that looked fucking painful,
bro. And I'm sat and he's just fucking grilling. And I looked, and this didn't show this either. And I was thinking, how does this guy know all this about me? I was like, there's no way he can just pick. And then I went, oh, you got an earpiece in? I went, so these lot are telling you about it, are they? And he just went, and they went, you can't say that. And I went, well, you're obviously telling him what to say. I went, oh, how would he know all this? And then they didn't.
Is that true?
Yeah, bro. Called him straight out on it. I went, you ain't a human lie detector. You got an earpiece.
They didn't put that in the final cut, I bet.
Didn't put that in. So they were just feeding him stuff. And I was like, because I was sat there just going as red as you're fucking up, bro.
Oh my God.
How does he know all this? How long's he been here? Like,
so how long were you on this island in Fiji? Like,
I think it was like, I don't know, 3 and a bit weeks or something.
Fuck, it's a long time, bro.
Yeah, it was a long
I'd fucking
time.
implode on there.
I did.
Yeah. So how did you tell me that you obviously had that really high after the Bachelorette. So you come out of there. What was it like?
Well, bro, started crashing and my world turned upside down whilst I was in COVID, bro. Living by myself in Port Melbourne. Like, I had these boys to like chat to and like obviously become mates and rely on.
Yeah.
But dude, my housemate who I was living with, he went, I'm not saying anything COVID, went up to his family in like far north Queensland. So I was just in this house, bro, by myself. Then I had a friend move in. But I was just like, this is shot. I was just, bro, wigging out at some stuff. And then I was like, should I answer back? Should I say this? Should I say that? So I spoke to the boys, obviously Top and Jake, give me a bit of direction through it.
Yeah.
And yeah, massive to lean on, bro, because I was in a dark place.
Fuck, man.
Super dark
place. And now you're settled. You got like a missus. You were just in Bali.
That's it, bro. So
Yeah.
just
Settling down now.
different
bro.
life.
So
Are you guys now? Because how old are you?
28.
So I'm 29. You're 30.
I'm turning 30, yeah.
I'm going through this
Not yet.
phase. Oh, so you're 29 now.
Yeah,
too.
29,
Bro,
right.
I'm going through this massive phase right now where it's like I'm either bendering or I'm changing my life, and I'm still caught in between of which way I'm leaning here.
Yeah.
My best mate said when you turn 30, it's like concussion leaves you. You know,
Yeah.
like you realise what you want in life and who you are.
I'm getting there, bro. I can feel something changing, and I'm fighting against it. I'm like, no,
Let it-
just
let
take
it-
me back that way, bro.
Let it happen, Jakey. Let it happen.
Let it happen.
Let it happen,
A
bro.
few more benders.
Yeah, I'm
then.
the same as that, bro.
No, usually no. Fuck
I'm
it
the
up.
same. If I go out, I can't help myself.
No, but see,
so
this
I'd rather
is
just not go out.
My issue, it's same with everything with me in life. It's either 0 or 100.
Yeah, I'm
So
all
I'm
in.
either
I'm not
all in
playing.
or nothing. So it's really positive, but it also can be really negative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no fucking balance.
I've got an addictive personality, so I'm
Same.
trying to stay away from
Yeah.
partying and stuff like that. And
So what do you channel? Because funny, I spoke to a therapist about this, and
Oh, did ya?
yeah, one of my issues is that I don't channel my energy into like healthy
Something
outlets.
positive.
Like
Yeah.
you know, like the escapism things. Like you channel into things that are beneficial. Mine
Yeah.
was like soccer.
Yeah.
It's like 24/7 soccer. After that, I've been like whatever, like you, party, women, drugs, all that sort of
Yeah.
stuff. But for you, what do you do now if you're in a bit of better space with not going out as much?
Oh, mate, I'll just put it into like positive stuff, working out, you know, like eating right, trying to get some sleep. And business just keeps me active and
Yeah,
mentally fit, you know. So
that's good.
yeah, you just kind of put your energy into the right stuff rather than the wrong things, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The
Or
early-
you get a bird. That helps.
Or you
too.
settle down and get
helps
a,
that.
Yeah.
Keeps
you're
me
like
on my
him.
toes. I'm
Yeah.
sweet. You know what I'm saying?
he needed someone who's going to keep him grounded, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Was it hard? Actually, good. This is a pretty interesting thing I just thought of. But for you, was it hard for you to date through those, after those shows?
Yeah,
Did
so-
you feel like people were ever dating you for the wrong reasons or
Nah,
whatever?
so after it, I just thought, you know what, I'm not having a girlfriend until I'm ready. I just went, I'm clearly not ready, as you can, as Australia can see from TV.
You know what? Shows growth.
You know what I mean?
What's wrong
Exactly.
with that?
And then I just thought, I'm not dating until I'm ready. I'm just ain't doing it. So I was like, the whole time being in Melbourne, bro, single the whole time, just doing my own thing, having a good time, training, working, just getting myself, bro, working on myself. And then once I was happy with my own life and settled in myself, I thought, right, I don't need to look to someone else to
help.
to make me happy. I'm happy myself. You can, if you want to join in, this is the ride I'm going on. You either come in or you stay behind. You know what I mean?
That's
so
great.
she was like, I'm hopping on. So we're riding together. You know
Oh,
what I'm
that's
saying?
mad.
good, bro.
For the listeners, for anyone going through stuff like this now, what would be some things to you guys did to help yourself work? Because you've been through your trials and tribulations too.
Yeah.
What were some things like medicine for you guys that helped you work on yourself?
probably getting rid of bad company, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
More so than anything else. Because those people just bring you down with them. And if you can axe them, man. You
Yeah.
know, just
It's hard for some people to do that
is
though.
hard.
Because if you're like a brotherhood kind of guy and you're like loyalty and stuff,
Yeah.
then fucking it's not easy.
Yeah,
But it does. It's important.
it's important, man. You need to get away from 'em straight away.
Yeah.
And you might be friendless for a few years, but having a couple friends that are your close mates is worth more than having 100 friends that
Yeah.
are just there to have fun with you on the weekends or something like that.
Yeah.
Because that's
Yeah.
what majority of friendship groups are, aren't they? Just a bunch of
definitely.
people that meet up, do drugs, and get pissed all
Yeah,
weekend.
and then
you know?
you don't talk all week.
Don't
It's like
talk all
Friday,
week.
Saturday. What are you doing? Like?
When you need a
Going
hand,
out.
yeah, you got the stuff.
And-
Fuck it, right?
yeah.
yeah, fucking all right. I got
And,
nothing else to do.
dude, you realize that when you open up a business, man, you're just like, which one of my friends have supported me and helped me out?
Mm.
You know, like not many people do, man. And you're like, all right, well, stuff you guys. If you're not going to help me out throughout this sort of period, You're not really a friend of mine, are you?
What about you, Stoddy? What were things you worked on? Because you would have had fucking like so much noise around you as well.
Yeah, I had loads. I still get it now, bro. I still get stick in my Instagram.
Do you really?
Bro, copy it. I've still, bro, it's not stopped. I copy it hard every day.
Do you know what though? I'll be honest, like, because I watched the TV shows and I didn't know you from Bar of Soap. Then I met you at the exhibition game. I'm like, bro, you're so different.
Yeah.
Like, not in the sense of like you're still that person, but like you're actually just like a very nice, humble, quiet guy. Like you weren't even that loud. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they put you out like you're a fucking.
But then
larrikin.
obviously, like when you go on like these shows, you need to stand out and obviously be a bit of a larrikin.
Which works in your favour.
Which it can work in your favour, can work against you.
Yeah,
it can do both. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like you can, you can play both sides of the story. You can do both. You can be the hero or the villain. It's like, which one do you want to be?
Did they kind of like when you were painting you the villain, were they like kind of keep it going, or is it not like that? Because everyone kind of talks about these reality TV shows that they kind of push you down a sort of pathway, or
they massage you into it.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they're trying to create fucking.
Well, I was like, because they obviously knew at one point there's like another like female was coming into the show, and then I was shacked up with another one, and then they were going, and me not even thinking it didn't happen, but they were like, you had to go into the fucking little, what were they, bungalows or something that you had like on the beach. You had to go in there and do what you want with like the girls and that, and I was like. Oh yeah, I was like, so don't have to be.
Don't tell Stoddy that one.
I was like, it doesn't just have to be at night time sort of thing. And they trying to make me do that because they knew like these other birds were coming in, so they wanted me to be in a room with a bird, and then the other ones.
Oh, that's lethal, man.
Shut,
What did you do? Did you go in the room?
Nah, I didn't actually go in the room. I can't remember what I did. Might have gone for a swim.
We're
or
gonna get
something.
you in one of these.
Yeah,
TV
bro, I
shows,
reckon I don't know, mate. But you know what? I've always loved to like wanted to go on Big Brother.
Yeah.
But after seeing, to be honest, it's probably in the end, after all the shit you probably went through, it was probably a good outcome because now you've got this great platform.
And I learned from it. That's the best thing about it. You know what I mean? I've realised that you can't just, you can't just have your way with everyone.
Yeah, it's true.
You can't manipulate and do this and that and just be a bit of a piece of shit, really. You know what I mean? So it made me mature, made me realise what I did. Looking back at it was wrong, so I was just like, fair enough, acted like a knob. Noted, not going to do that again.
Yeah.
Lied to a few people, not going to do that again. Because, bro, lying just gets you in that much trouble.
Mate, you keep just funneling the web, don't you?
Bro,
It just keeps digging.
I used to be bad, bro.
Did you?
I'd lie to anyone.
Compulsive.
Couldn't help it.
Couldn't help it. It wasn't me.
It was someone else that just come out, and it'll come out and I go, why did I do that? You know what I mean? Shit. But now, bro, just blunt as it is, the easiest way. Like some people say, you asshole.
Yeah.
But it's like, well, you can think that, but
At least you know what he's thinking.
I'm telling you straight now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Instead of trying to make everyone happy, trying to just like bullshit around, this, that, and the other. And then you're thinking, fuck, I've lied to that person, and I didn't actually want to do any of this.
It's hard to keep
you know
up
what I mean?
as well, eh?
Crazy, bro. And then you just fucking get called out on it, and that's it. Game over.
When you live by the honest truths, you start to feel like the hard truth. You start to feel better,
bro.
Yeah.
Even though it's hard.
Life is
It's like you're getting
a
something
million
off your
times
chest.
better. Yeah.
You feel better too. Speaking of getting off, you don't have any weight on you either.
Look, I measured how many calories I burnt just from training people during a day, and I think from like 4 to 8, it burnt like 2,500 calories from just walking around. And then after that, I'll finish off the day by having my own workout, and I'll intermittent fast pretty much all day. So and then eat big when I get home.
What about when you were modelling? What was that like from an eating perspective? Because I feel like no one eats.
Very similar, but in different countries, you need to be like certain weight. You know what I mean? So like France, you have to be like, if you're 6'1.5", something like that, you have to be like 67 kilos, which was way too thin for me. And I was hovering around like 70 kilos in Italy and stuff like that. But then you got different variations, but yeah, you have to stay pretty lean because you need to have perfect measurements for that high-end clothing and stuff.
Is that a relief that you don't have to do that as much anymore?
Shit, yeah, man. Like,
because that's what I find with boxing. Like when people cut weight, that's like for people, it seems like the world's hardest thing, which must be awful.
It's the hardest thing about boxing.
Yeah.
You know, obviously the technical aspect, but losing the weight and, being at your perfect ideal weight for that weight division is bloody hard, you know, and not too many fighters get that right here in Australia. in America, you could be fighting a guy who's 6'6", but he can fight at 66 kilos. It's like, or 69 kilos or something like that. It's like, whoa, they're doing a weight right over there. We're doing it wrong.
Right.
You know, because no one gets a weight right.
Have you cut weight before? Because you would have done.
Nah,
not really.
I'm skinny. I don't need to cut weight.
Do you eat?
I need to try and, but I eat that much food. Just,
do you? Whatever as well?
Well, whatever.
Oh,
No
you're like
diet.
me, bro.
I'll eat clean, eat healthy.
But you just eat as much as you
I'll
want.
eat whatever I want. You know what I mean? If I want to eat a meal, I'm hungry, I'm going to eat.
Right.
I don't have no diet. Just eat clean though. Like, I don't eat crap food.
I think being in the gym all day keeps you active.
But bro, doing PTs all day, like I'm training as I'm training people. Like, you're dripping with sweat. You're knackered. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now let's actually talk about this because we got probably some listeners here that I do a lot of content on athletes, and I assume some go to the gym, but some probably don't. They want to get going to the gym. What's a piece of advice or motivation we can give some of our listeners to get going, get active? What's the benefits you see from them persevering and getting that first session in or whatever?
In a boxing gym, you say?
Boxing gym in general, exercising.
It's a lot to do with mental health. Like working at a boxing gym, you have people come from all sorts of life, and a lot of them do come from, you know, hard upbringings, or they've gone through a situation and it's been hard for them to get out of that mindset. Myself, boxing helped me out with depression and stuff like that early on.
Yeah.
So yeah, things like that, man. It just you just focus on what you're doing. If you're doing focus pads, you're just focusing on one thing and you're forgetting about everything else, you know? And I tell all our clients, once you walk through those doors, forget about whatever is happening in the outside world and just focus on what you're doing here.
Fuck, so do you get like a kick out of doing that with people now? Like that's your feel good factor?
Oh, bro, it changed that many people's lives in the gym.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So you guys are like helping like the
Bro, I had a client come in, she like 180 kilos or something. Bro, got her down to like 110.
Joking.
And bro,
and
she was
like that, man.
glowing. She's like going on dates with guys now. She's like doing this stuff where she was like showing me pictures from like a transformation and stuff. And I'm like, fuck. I was like, because I see it all the time, I don't really see it.
Yeah.
When you see it, you're like, you're changing your life for the better. You're getting healthy. You know, everything happening, bro.
And it takes a strong person at that weight to lose that sort of weight.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
man.
saying? Like, it's hard, man, to move that body.
I find it hard for people in that situation. If you don't have a goal, like if you don't have an end goal, it's very hard to channel into something. Like you can't just go every day and then you need
to set a goal. And we ask our clients, like, what's your goal from being at a boxing gym?
Yeah.
And as soon as they tell us, we know what journey to give them. You know what I mean? So obviously that client for him was weight loss, you know, so, you know, you change lives little by little at the gym every day. So it's
some of them just come in and just want to have a chat. You know what I mean? They just
you guys are like part-time therapists too, because that's what I feel like some PTs do.
They'll
as well.
come in and just you warm up. You'll talk. They're on the treadmill and they've had a crap day or a crap week, and they just come in, just need a deload, do like 30 seconds of pads, and they go, oh, thanks for that. I'm like, well, no problem. Like, I mean, like, I'm buzzing. All you need to do is have a chat. You need to just unload whatever was in your mind to me. Yeah, no issue.
And then that's good.
Sit there. I'll talk about it for as long as you want. Some of them will come in, you know what I mean? You can see something that's bothering them. They might get upset and go, we'll go for a walk. Go for a walk, bro. They just clear it and they feel $1 million. They come in, they just shine. Yep, sweet, thanks, ready. And you're just like, sweet.
What the fuck?
So you don't know what's going on in their life, but they might tell you a part of it. And then we're just like, yep, sweet. And if we see a client who we know or that's not looking too great, well, bro, like the weakest links, as you call them, right, you'd go straight to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
just are you all right? Like, we'll chat to you straight away. You come in our gym, bro, we'll treat you like family.
Like I've got a few kid clients who've got autism, and like seeing them change their lives and, you know, open up to us and just start being able to communicate a lot better than they used to, a lot more confident. Like, it changed your life just as much as theirs. That's the thing,
actually, it's a really good point with combat sports. It's like a confidence of like when you start, what you start to notice when you can start to fight, or like, you know, you're getting confidence in like an environment like this. When you walk into other environments that maybe you'd either been bullied or, you know, you didn't feel as confident, you notice a difference. Definitely. Like, actually, I can fucking pop anyone in here if I want to. Do you know what I mean? Well, when you start to realize, you're like, I feel a bit more confident here.
I've been in a couple of situations when I was modelling in Milan where I've had two guys try to rob me on the way home from the airport, and I had to self-defend myself.
You went all Liam Neeson.
I went Liam Neeson on that.
I will find you.
Yeah. Trying to take everything I had and like literally pulled out a pocket knife on me, and I just thought, holy shit, I have to fight him.
Or flight.
Like, and I'm in another country, I might be sent to jail or something. But lucky there was a copper at the next stop, and I told them what happened. And both were on the floor. So,
But wait, how did you get out of the situation? Did you leg it or you fucking
as soon as I chinned them both, I just grabbed my shit and then went to the other side of the train. Obviously, where more people were, because I was in a carriage with just me, and these guys were walking up and down, up and down, up and down.
Yeah.
And then they stopped and sat right next to me. I'm like, oh fuck.
Jesus Christ, bro.
Yeah.
That's full on.
So,
now, I don't want to promote like partying and stuff because I'm trying to cut down myself over here. But I assume in the modelling industry and over here from Bachelorette and Bachelor in Paradise, there's been a few scenes you guys have been to.
Yeah.
So can you guys just together or individually, like, what is the best party you've ever been to and why? And give you a moment to think of, because I'm sure there's been fucking lots through this period. An international model, I mean, surely, Braden, you'd think they would have the odd shindig here and there. From what Ciarran told us, he was rocking up to shows and needing 18 hours of sleep before he could start.
I can share this one. I went to a party and it was all fully masked. You can't take your phone out. They put like a little sticker on the back of your phone camera and stuff like that. And we got pretty pissed, and there was all sorts of celebrities down there. And then I got super smashed and then ended up at some diamond. A lady who owned a diamond company. And the next day she's like, oh, like I'll pay you $10,000 US a week if you want to be my boy toy. I'm like, how did I end up in this situation, man?
What?
Like,
So had the party finished and she's
the
asked
party
you
was done. This is like the
next
morning
day
after.
you've woken up just like, where am I?
Yeah, I'm like,
where are you in the world at this point?
In America.
What's
And I'm just like,
bro?
I'd have signed that paper.
Quick, bro. Within a heartbeat. Within a heartbeat.
I contemplated it.
US, bro. Yeah, he contemplated. There he is. He's like, I did sign it.
I'm like, can you Western Union that shit?
Do I have to pay tax?
God, bro.
Everyone there was like of super wealth and stuff like that.
How old was she? Was she young?
She was like a 45-year-old billionaire woman. I can't remember. Yeah.
So she had a diamond company. Fuck
Yeah.
me. Bro, that's unique.
I'd have been walking around iced up, bro.
Yeah, iced up. Like, how'd you get that? Don't worry about it, bro.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. What about you? You got any that you can share?
Not at that level. I won't get enough for 10 grand a week. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you would have had
US.
like even on US,
It's like 16K.
This guy, the exchange rate back then was more too.
Yeah, it was like 70 cents a dollar.
Yeah, fucking hell. Because you would have had what amazed me is those parties on the shows that you could drink that long. That's fucked up.
Yeah, I
thought they would have tried to control that more.
Nah, not really, because they obviously want
They tried it.
They want to
but
get the
you work your way around it, I think.
the material. You know what I mean? They want to get the footage. You want people to say things that they'll regret in the morning when they wake up.
Yeah. Fuck.
You want people waking up in someone's bed that they don't know whose bed they're in. You know what I mean? I used to do that stuff. So
Fair enough.
yeah, it's about. No, I don't do it anymore. You know what I mean?
changed, man, aren't
That's
you?
it. If I go out to a party now, my party's done by what, 1 a.m. or something.
Oh yeah, we're
Easy.
out pretty early.
That's good, man. So you got the self eject button.
Bro, I've got to do it now.
Gotta find that.
I've got my hot missus at home in bed. I'm
Yeah, bro.
thinking, look at that, Steve.
that.
I need to get home. Yeah, see you later,
That's it.
boys. I'm out.
Yeah, fuck,
We just
man.
ghost it now. Like if we're
Ghost
at a
it.
venue, we just ghost.
Do you know what? It's interesting. You mentioned the thing when you have a business, when you have big nights out, it's fucking hard to operate. And you need to operate at full function. If
And-
you guys are getting up that early,
And at
too.
this tender
I'm
age
getting
of
up
30,
at 4 a.m. I just come in here.
you can't do it anymore, bro. It takes you 4 or 5 days to recover.
Oh,
you know?
man. Well, so let's pump this up for Ellis Boxing. So, because you guys, for anyone listening, how can they contact you guys to become, obviously work with you, be personal
Instagram's
trained?
probably the best way.
Instagram,
Through
we're on
Instagram?
Google as well. You can hit us up through there. Give the gym a phone call, and what people get is a 7-day free trial straight away and a 15-minute free PT. And yeah, just give the gym a crack and see if boxing's for you, really.
Mate,
and
awesome.
We find a lot of retired athletes like ourselves. Boxing is usually the sport to. You like that one?
Yeah, I was gold. I was going to say retired models, but we'll go with that.
They find boxing something that they prefer after they stop playing sport. So
Yeah,
we've had
it's true,
guys
man.
like Clay Smith, footy players. Taylor Harris is another one. Nelson Solomoni plays for Melbourne Storm. He's interested in having a fight potentially in the future.
Bro,
And,
he's a big
he's a
man.
beast.
Bro.
He beat him in a
sounds-
20-meter sprint.
He sounds big.
I was training with him once. It was me and him getting trained by Ty. And I was like, oh, yeah, sweet. And then Ty's like, yeah, bro, I'll do all this and do your sprints. And I was like, boom, took off. Bro, I didn't know a bit. And I just, after it, he's like, just blitzed me, bro. I was stunned. And I just went, he's like, yeah, bro. I went, fucking hell, like, you look slow as fuck on TV. I was like, how
He was
quick are them
rapid.
other blokes? You know what I
Yeah, he
mean?
was
The guys who
rapid.
actually look fast on
Yeah,
TV,
like Pappenhausen and shit. Fucking
bro, they must
frightening.
be rapid. Because I looked
Yeah.
at Nelson and sort of thought, oh, you'd never catch me, bro.
He
One stride was like 10 of mine. He was just gone.
bro.
And it's a
Just
mountain.
pure power, isn't
A
it?
mountain running next to me. I was like,
he does his pre-season at the gym. Like when
I wouldn't want to
obviously
get
it's
hit by
off-season.
him, bro.
Bro, imagine
Oh.
him running that quick
That
and
could kill
tackling
someone, man.
Bro, you
That
wanna-
fucking
Yeah.
kill someone.
Rugby's
on the
not for
heavy
us.
bag,
Yeah,
when,
yeah.
bro, when he hits the heavy bag, it bends. You know what I mean? It just
Oh,
when he
We get him to break in the bags.
Yeah. I bet.
He's an animal, bro. Yeah,
Yeah.
But so nice, bro. Such a sweet gentleman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Absolute
nice.
gentleman. He could honestly be an Australian heavyweight champ, bro. If he,
Really? That
if he-
could-
he's
No,
that good.
yeah.
Do you see people
Just
like
got
that just
natural.
come in the gym? They just want to come like for boxing and they're like, fuck, this cunt could actually go if they're really
Yeah,
good
man.
trained.
Especially the younger teens and kids. Sometimes you see some serious attributes of a good boxer, and
the
you know,
build of them as well.
the build of them. They just have natural understanding of the sport for some reason.
Do you watch much UFC? Because you're obviously in the boxing, or is it more you just pure like a boxing purist?
When Conor McGregor started making a bit of a name for himself, Jakey was calling him to be the next Muhammad Ali of the UFC, and he was calling this ages and ages ago, and
like before the Aldo fight, kind of.
yeah,
when he-
way
when he
before that,
dropped
bro.
him.
Yeah, saw his pedigree and what he was doing to guys, and yeah, call that one. But yeah, not really, man. They've had a bit of controversy around how much they pay fighters and stuff like that. And remember,
Yeah.
if you're fighting in 4-ounce gloves, do you want your kid to, go into UFC fighting?
No, I couldn't.
You know?
Paddy Pimblett, the guy who would take the piss out of us. Everyone would have seen.
love Paddy,
Fucking Paddy Pimblett.
Fucking Paddy
Mate, I couldn't believe he was on 12,000 pound or
It's
12,000
ridiculous,
euros.
man. It's not.
I made more than that in my amateur fight, bro.
Did you actually?
Bro.
That is so far.
I made more than that, bro. In one of my amateur fights.
It's
and I got
crazy.
beat in both of them. And I still made more money.
that is
But hey, credit to Stoddy, the guy that he fought was a bloody absolute machine, man.
Yeah, I saw the fight.
And
Fucking
we're
looked good,
thinking
man.
about turning, like, eventually if Stoddy wants to do it, there's the pro game for the boys as well if they want to get paid even more than what he already
I'll do
already
it,
get
bro.
paid.
Yeah, fucking
Bro,
gives a
if I'm
fuck,
making
bro.
money more than Paddy that's in a bit,
Yeah,
bro.
see,
He- We're gonna fight Logan Paul, spar Logan Paul for a Hitmonchan Pokemon card.
Yeah.
because we deal Pokemon.
So we got
cards.
a Pokemon card, right? There's only 3 of them in the world, and it's a no rarity one, like
No rarity,
Japanese, like before like first edition and whatnot. In it, it was before 95, wasn't it? Or was that a 96 one?
Oh, I can't remember.
But anyway, so there's only 3 of them in the world, and I hit him up, and I was like, "Bro, you want to spar for a card?" And he's like, "How tall are you?" And I was like, "Bro, send him my height and weight," and he's just thinking, "Bro,
Oh, we were sending
I'm
Stoddy in there to get
6'2",
knocked out.
But I was going in there to get my head clean taken off.
So you wanted to lose the card just for?
Bro, I
like,
wasn't asked about the card. I was like,
We just wanted the marketing.
Yeah,
the
fuck it.
marketing, the
Welcome
YouTube.
Stranger was putting up the card, and
Bro.
we put up Stoddy to go in there and get knocked out.
They were like, "Bro, we're feeding you to the lion," and I went, "Feed me, boys. I'm going in, not asked." And bro, we were gonna do it out of Fortune's like boxing
Fortune Gym
gym.
in America because he's a good friend of mine.
right.
And it was, bro, keen as trip. Then COVID, we couldn't get there. But then I messaged him probably about a month or so ago to do with like his prime, chatting to him. Sent him, because my mate did a tattoo of him on this guy. So I sent him that and he's like, "Bro, that's sick." And then I was like, "Yeah, I still got that card if you can." He's like, "Bro, whenever you come to America, bring that card, we'll do it." And I was like, "Yeah, sweet."
Oh my God! Wait, are you following each other or what? You just
Nah, he
DMing
don't follow me at the dog. He talks to me, but he
so
don't
it's
follow
the
me.
blue tick life, right? It's just his blue
It's
tick
a blue
life.
tick life, bro.
It doesn't get him requests. That
He'll
comes
actually
straight
open
through.
his messages, but not mine. So
But yeah, so it's still on. I'm trying to get on the juice.
I
or
think the
something before I get over
Hitmonchan's
there.
a lot more expensive now. So we might give him a shitter card for that spar.
Yeah. But can you talk to me about this? Because I don't really know. I mean, I know about like NFTs and crypto, but I'm not too much into like cards and the trading aspect of it.
So Aaron Ellis and Jake Ellis in our group have always been buying Pokemon cards for probably the last 10 years. And I'm pretty sure Jakey bought a Charizard first edition card for like $2,100 and now it's worth $500,000 US. So he got all the rest of us into it. And it was crazy because I sold Stoddy his first ever card and he thought like, what were you thinking when I offered it to you?
This is when I just started working in the gym. Like, had like 2 hours of work here a week or something. Like, just
Basic,
bro, brand new. Yeah, still like on probation.
literally.
Just on his page.
Still on
Yeah.
that. Still trying to put the partying aside.
Yeah.
And like, still like, had no money because I blew it all. And I had about 3.5 grand in my account. These lads were all talking about the Pokemon like for the couple of months. And then Top goes, I'm selling a card. And I was like, oh yeah. And he's like, yeah, this Charizard, blah, blah, 3 grand. And I went, I was like
500 left in the kitty if he does that.
I was like, wow, I've got food, rent. I went, yeah, all right, fuck it, I'll buy it. And he's gone, you sure? And I went, looking at my account, going, fuck, you guys are making bank on this one. Yeah, fuck it, whatever. Bought the card and then like waited for a bit, bro. The next time he showed me the price of it, the card had shot up to like 27,000 US. And he's like, there you go, bro. And I went, nah. And then I just kept buying stuff off him, bro, when I started obviously working, getting money.
What the fuck is going on in this guy? Why are you selling them? You're real friend over here, bro.
Jake and Aaron are feeding me all the cards that they'd buy. So I was just buying whatever they
But the funny thing is, bro,
Pokemon Mafia,
Jake,
bro.
Yeah, literally.
Jake bought that card for $70. $70, bro. Gave it to him. He sold it for 3 grand. I've got it, and now it's worth like 25,000.
Oh, that is. I was just about to say, poor guy's ripping you, and then it's like, oh, actually, he's ripped himself.
Pay it forward.
But
you know what I mean?
it's just how it works, bro. You know what I mean? And the boys have looked after me with all this Pokemon stuff because I'm still new to it, still learning. And then because I had the Charizard, which is the hardest one out of any holos really to get because it's usually the most expensive. And then Jake went, oh, why don't you just try and complete a set? And I went, oh, yeah, right, then go on. And then he's like, I've seen these ungraded cards. So these ungraded means just the card, yeah? Fresh out not even fresh out of the pack, but out of the pack, just a bit of cardboard.
Right.
Bro, these cards are from 1996 that some geezers had, right? Just kept them safe or whatever. Jake looks and he goes, oh, he wants $1 grand for them. What do you reckon? And I'm just thinking, cards are a bit older. When these boys grade cards. I went, yeah, whatever, fuck it. And he went, you might be lucky to get a 10. Might be lucky to get a 9. He went, but don't count on it. It's a risk.
Okay.
So I get the card, bro. I'm not looked at these cards. I give Jake the money. Jake's got the cards, sent them off to PSA, like in America, to get graded. And I waited nearly 12 months. And I asked like probably once or twice. And he's like, oh, they'll come when they come. No problem. I'm on the Bachelorette Sweden in Greece. Right. So in the middle of a pandemic, I'm sat there in Greece and they ring me and they go, your cards are back. Your cards are back. And I went, oh, sick. And they went, do you want us to open them? I went, yeah, go on then. So I'm on FaceTime, bro. Not even there to see my cards there.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
The lads are opening them. Sent 14 cards in. 9 of them, or 10 of them, came back 10, like the best grade you can get. And the other ones were PSA 9, which is like the second best grade you can get, bro.
So they're all legit.
And the boys just went, this is the best grade, like, this is the best result of grading we've ever had. Like, you're never going to want to grade again. If you grade again, you're going to be so disappointed.
Oh my God.
You would have made like 30 grand off.
30, 40 grand or something, just boom, straight away.
That's
off $1,000.
What?
And a gamble.
So is this kind of like, is it similar to property where like it'll always go up, or is it like crypto where like these cards dip in value? Like what's the sort of
bro, if they dip in value, it's nowhere near as much as like your cryptos have just dropped 80%.
If like, for instance, Jake's got a card that's worth $500,000, is there risk for him to hold that long term? Is it worth selling, or like or would value always keep rising?
It'll just keep going up and up.
Really?
That's just what they're doing. Look at basketball cards and you know NHL cards and all that sort of stuff. They keep going up. You know, and it's a tangible asset, so it's not something that's digital. Like I still haven't bought nothing, no NFTs, no crypto.
Yeah,
I had a mate who just lost like 50 grand or on
some of
NFTs
my mates have lost
or something.
Big, bro.
It's big money,
hundreds of thousands.
And the good thing with the Pokemon card, with basketball cards and sports cards in general, you have to worry about their season, how they are, and if they stuff up in real life, the price will go down. Pokemon cards, you know,
well, Pikachu ain't going to go out and call someone something, and you know what I mean?
What the fuck?
Charizard ain't going to go burn someone's house down.
But is it just limited amounts of these cards, or is it the rarity, like the ones that have been around
rarity,
longer?
So they got a pop report on it. So like Stoddy said with the Hitmonchan, they had a pop of 3.
So it's like a supply demand kind of thing.
That means that's 3 of that card in that grade in the world. And we've got one of them. You know what I mean?
And Logan Paul's got the other.
Nah, Logan Paul won't have one. He wants this one.
Logan Paul just bought a card worth $7.5 million. It's like
the Illustrator. It's like the best card you can get. Because they were given out in Japan to like the winners of like the Pokemon competitions. People who were playing with the cards and they went, oh, you've won. Here's the card. And there's like 25 of them or something.
Oh my gosh.
And there's not one in a 10. He's got what?
He's got one. It's a 10.
Is it a 10 or a 9?
I'm pretty sure it's a 10.
What a business, mate.
Insane, bro.
See, this is all running in the back of the gym when the gym's shut. There's fucking Pokemon.
We do live
we're hustling, bro.
Alice boxing, bro.
We do live auctions on Sundays.
I told you I felt a weird vibe when I walked in, man. It was fucking, there was a lot going on. It wasn't just the temperature.
Yeah, welcome Stranger Collectibles. Welcome Stranger Collectibles Sundays, live at 5 p.m, bro. And they're just selling Pokemon cards, and people, bro, you got to be in quick to try and buy these cards, bro.
Really?
They're just gone straight
Yeah,
away.
they're selling like hotcakes, bro.
Man, what a
Yeah.
bit. We're going to have to check this out, bro. We have to buy one maybe for the show.
Yeah,
we'll
bro,
get
you
sort
need
you
to
guys
get
out.
it, bro. Start putting them up here.
Yeah,
and shit, you know what I mean?
seriously,
That's
bro.
it, 100%.
Yeah, we'll have to do one for sure. Well, boys, I can't thank you enough for the show, man, honestly.
Nah, thanks, Jake.
I love what
bro.
you guys are
Sick.
about. It was great to meet you a month ago, and man, this has been fun. We're gonna have some good clips from this, I reckon.
Yeah,
For
sure.
And yeah, this is a great podcast, and I can't wait to see where you go with it, Jake.
Yeah,
This
thanks,
is
man. We're going to the
interesting, man.
moon, bro. That's the plan.
It. Let's take it as far as
I'm
we
a flat
can.
earther, bro. You know what I mean? Like, we're in a firmament, bro.
Yeah.
I've been on TikTok. I've been getting in the.
Yeah. Nah, boys, honestly, thank you very much.
Appreciate it, Jakey.
Awesome.
Cheers, bro.
Much love, brother.